All right, fight fans, here we go. If you're watching at home on YouTube, just a reminder that you will need to subscribe on WSS Fight Pass so you won't miss a minute of the action tonight. This bout is presented by Two Patties, WSS official EU betting partner. It is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds of Muay Thai in the light flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner and weighing in at an even 50 kilograms. Holding a record of 8 wins, 4 defeats, and 1 draw. One of those wins coming by way of knockout. Representing Team Ganem from London, UK, by way of Cardiff, Wales, this is Elena Cresci. And her opponent, across the WSS ring, fighting out of the black corner, also weighing in at an even 50 kilograms, holding a record of 9 wins and 6 losses. Representing Hammond Gym from Edinburgh, Scotland, she is the current WBC British champion, Colette Wadha! And now for referee's instructions.
Here we go, opening the prelims of the first ever World Super Series. John Pontip refereeing the action. We have Colette Wadha versus Elena Cresci.
A lot of mutual respect between both of these ladies. They were talking to each other and Daniela Miranda yesterday after the weigh-ins, and you can just tell that they have such a love and such a passion for this sport, and there's absolutely no animosity, just pure professional mutual respect.
Some front kicks early on from Wadha. Like you said, Bobby, all action from the off. But Wadha putting the pressure on early, forcing Cresci's back against the ropes. Lovely sweep.
Strong start so far from Colette, some heavy kicks to the legs and to the body.
Yeah, she looks very composed in there. Combining the hands and legs really nicely. As we go into the clinch for the first time, both of them exchanging knees.
As we said before, Elena has had a little bit of time out, so it's going to be interesting to see if there is any potential ring rust and how long, if any, amount of time it's going to take her to shake that off. But good signs so far. Another heavy kick there from Colette.
I really like what I'm seeing from Wadha so far. She looks very confident, and she's putting that pressure on and taking a shot on the way in, but it's really effective so far. Good right hand there from Cresci.
And Colette doing a great job so far of collecting all of those kicks. And, I mean, they're still landing, but obviously she's able to counter every time she catches Elena's kick.
And you spoke before about being able to move your opponent around the ring, and at the moment, Wadha is doing that to Cresci. She seems to be dictating where this fight is fought so far.
Definitely a nice return kick there. Some nice counter-striking so far from Elena, but not too much output just yet. Colette definitely more heavy on the forward pressure. And as you said, doing a great job of controlling the ring.
Nice work with a teep there from Wadha. Scottish Muay Thai, of course, flying at the moment. And Colette Wadha, fighting out of London, but representing Scotland, lands a nice short right hand as we go into the clinch again. They both look strong in the clinch, but that was a nice right knee landed and left knee landed from Cresci.
And Cresci doing one thing I love to see in Muay Thai, which is really pushing the palm, the really rough part of that glove, into the face and just making those clinches uncomfortable. It really deters your opponent from wanting to be in that position with you.
Especially if you can break the posture like we just saw then. Cresci breaking the posture of Wadha. The judges like to see that sort of thing. Nice catch and kick from Cresci. Cresci's definitely grown into this round as it draws to a close. Definitely a strong start from Wadha, front-footed pressure, But as the round went on, we saw Cresci go through the gears a little, start to land some solid shots of her own.
You guys are in tonight? We see them there. These guys are in. I need some waters back there too. Much respect. Much respect. What about this side? Are we drinking over here, you guys? This guy is. That's what I'm talking about, my friend.
Team Ganem in the corner for Cresci. Amra Ganem, of course, with a very inspirational story in his own. Suffering an injury in the sport that we love so much, but now coming back, being a coach, running Team Ganem with a whole host of very, very successful fighters.
I believe we saw a couple of them on the undercard as well. Very, very talented fighters on the up in the earlier bouts. None more talented than Elena Cresci right now, getting some advice in her corner. And I don't think I've seen that smile leave her face since she started her walkout.
No, and I think there's more reason to smile after the second half of that first round, because in the first half, it looked as though everything was going Colette Wada's way. But Elena, after that success in the clinch, landing a few knees, she seemed to find her groove, find that rhythm again. I'm expecting an explosive start to this second round. Very experienced trainer and referee and jump up Pontit.
Who gets the action underway for the second round.
Let's see if Elena starts to up the ante a little bit. Maybe looks to get into those clinch positions a little bit more. She's seen that she can control them and have the better of those exchanges.
Just firing those low kicks in at the moment. Heavy low kicks landed by Cresci. Colette Wadha keeping on that pressure. I think she just thinks she can get to Cresci if she just keeps up this pressure. But as we saw from Cresci at the second half of the last round, she's reading the times that Wada's coming in and just firing off counters very effectively. Good catch by Wadha. And now we get into the clinch again. Left knee landed by Cresci. Good work in the clinch.
Yeah, look, a nice elbow over the top as well. I mean, that's twice we've seen them get into the clinch exchanges, and twice Elena has seemingly got the better of them. So, and again, we're seeing her put the palm of that glove right in the face of Colette, and it is so uncomfortable.
Yeah, it looked like Wadha landed a nice right knee of her own there, Nanda left. And they're exchanging in this clinch position, but Cresci looks so strong in this clinch. Even though Wada's having some success in the clinch, the strength advantage does seem to be with Cresci.
Well, Cresci's really pulling her head down and pulling her into those shots. When she's throwing those knees, she's throwing the knee from right back and she's pulling Colette into the shot, making it that much more devastating. But definitely a bit more output so far from Cresci in this second round. A little bit more aggression, which is great to see.
Yeah, and you can see a bit more lateral movement from Wadha now, rather than just that forward pressure we saw previously.
And now Cresci's starting to push Colette back a little bit. As I say that, Colette immediately comes forward.
Good right hand lands by Cresci there in that exchange. Good work by Cresci. Right elbow narrowly misses.
And that is the thing with A-class, is everything goes now elbows over the top, and it only takes one or two of those to absolutely slice you to pieces.
Good right hand by Cresci. Good right hand return by Wadha. We spoke about matchmaking earlier. This is a really well-matched fight. 5 3-minute rounds of all-action Muay Thai. Nice, that's better from Wadha.
That was a nice 1-2 right down the middle there. Catches that kick from Elena again.
A little cheeky one on the way down. John Pop having a word.
Did see that.
John Pop has eyes in the back of his head. You can't get anything past him. I can understand the frustration in that round for Wadha, because had you just watched the opening up of the first round, it seemed as though it was one-way traffic, but Cresci just showing a bit of experience and strength in the positions that really matter.
Well, I think a couple of times Colette there getting caught with some slightly better shots in the clinches kind of deterred her from coming forward as heavy as we saw her in round one, and we started to see her take a few backward steps, not too many. She was still coming forward, still aggressive, but Elena doing a very good job of just giving Colette a few things to worry about if she comes in like that.
Yeah, very good opening prelim fight. 2 rounds down, 2 out of 5 3-minute rounds.
And that is one of the great things with these 5-round fights, is that often you'll see someone in a 3-round fight get a bit of a lead in that first round, and their opponent's just not able to work their way back in. With these 5 rounds at 3 minutes, there is plenty of time for a feeling out process, which is what we did see Elena doing in round 1, because we saw her come out a lot more aggressive in that second round. But as you said, 3 rounds left to go, a lot of Muay Thai action between these two.
It feels like that is an experienced move, because the fight does naturally develop. It has peaks and troughs. And I think what we see the more experienced Thais doing so well is managing those rounds. Not just the whole 5 rounds, but managing each round individually. Doing enough at times just to pinch close rounds. And I think how close this fight looks as we head into the 3rd round, it could be one combination that lands. It could be one bit of success in a clinch that swings around one way or another.
And again, both of them still got smiles on their faces, which is great to see. Both of these ladies did want to fight each other. I mean, Elena said that this fight really did excite her, and you can tell they're both just having a great time in there, even though they're getting peppered with shots from each other.
As we return to the clinch position, John Pop separates the two. Nice right hand, sneaks in over the top from Cresci.
It'd be good to see them mix in a few more elbows when they get into those close sort of phone booth exchanges like that. Over the top. Good defense from both of them, though.
You're right, because I've been impressed by Wadha's kicks, by the pressure, but the hands so far, I think it's to do with Cresci's defense. She seems as though she's blocking a lot of the shots with her arms, and they're kind of partially landing. Whereas when Cresci throws her hands, they seem to be getting through a lot more. Good work in the clinch here by Cresci, and Wadha lands a left knee.
Cresci really starting to stalk Colette around the ring now and not giving her a moment's respite.
Nice tee by Cresci, very well timed.
Beautifully timed there, right as Colette was throwing that kick, took her off her stride.
Both fighters throw right hands. Cresci looks so strong in that clinch position. Good work from Wadha. When your kick does get caught, don't just wait. Throw the punches. That's exactly what Wadha did. Good right hand lands.
Oh, nice elbow over the top there from Wadha.
Landing these shots will give her more confidence. Good right hand lands as well. Wadha's starting to up it now. Spinning elbow attempt blocked. Now we see Wadha in the driving seat for the clinch.
Cresci's had a lot of success the last sort of round and a half, but she can't get overconfident because Colette is always dangerous, especially with those elbows.
Yeah, it's been a good phase for Wadha as she eats a spinning back fist from Cresci. Cresci seems to be waiting for that right hand from Wadha and then just using it to get into that clinch position where she looks so dominant, landing a short left elbow on the break.
Nice inside low kick there from Cresci. She continues to stalk Colette around the ring. Good turn though from Colette there, puts Cresci up against the ropes.
This is good work, very, very competitive in the clinch at this point. But, as you said, Cresci using that palm
very effectively. She's got Wadha in the corner, unable to get out. Maybe let off the hook a little bit there by breaking that clinch.
Yeah, I mean, they were still throwing at each other, but as you said, the way she was pushing her head away really sort of had... One of our fighters from the main card, Corey Chetwell, getting his final checks done ringside as we come into round 4, and they don't give us any time to start, immediately back to it.
And neither fighter's been throwing single shots in this fight either. You know, it's been good combinations, kick, punch. They're very busy, both of them. Another reason why it's so hard to score it, because it's not one big power punch landing at a time. Both fighters are so busy, as you saw them kick punch from Cresci.
Very aggressive start to round 4 from both of these ladies.
I think they both know how close this fight is. And one of them really wants to make a stamp, make a statement, and dominate, but it's so difficult when you're so well matched. I'm liking this kick-punch combination from Cresci, because she's landing both the kick and the punch. Good left knee from Cresci as they get into the clinch. Wadha doing well to press her up against the ropes, but Cresci going to work in the clinch.
It is honestly, it's such a pick-em fight. You couldn't say that one is taking over from the other, because every time one of them looks to be in the driving seat, the other one just comes pushing forward. Beautiful push knees in the clinch there from Cresci.
Yeah, and Colette Wadha is landing the kicks, even if Cresci's trying to catch them, and she's often catching them, but they're still getting through. They're still going to be causing damage, even if she is catching them.
Yeah, and we saw that right kick, right hand combination again from Cresci. Goes for a spinning back fist there. Nothing doing, but...
Now, I think Wadha saw that from some distance away. John Pop intervening. I think Colette Wadha, this lateral movement's important now, because the clinches are either 50-50 or going in the direction of Cresci. So she needs to be using her range a bit, picking off, using her nice kicks, which have had success. Really good right hand lands there. This is better from Wadha.
And one thing we have seen Cresci catch a lot more of those kicks, but she isn't doing that much with them on the return. She is sort of throwing one kick. Oh, spinning elbow attempt there, very nice. But, oh, lovely knee there from Cresci. But it would be good to see her try and throw something back a bit more effective when she catches that kick.
Yeah, some good work there by Cresci, landing some solid knees and getting the sweep. She looks confident, Cresci, hunting her opponent now. I did see a grimace on the face of Wadha when that left knee sunk in. Good teep, gets a reaction.
And the thing is, as soon as you start reacting to those body shots, you essentially paint a target on the middle of your torso saying, come and get me. And that is exactly what Cresci's doing, but eats a teep up the middle there from Colette Wadha.
Another great round, another competitive round. Cresci, for me, did more impactful work in that round. But that being said, Wadha landed some good shots of her own.
Taking on a really tough, grizzled Greek opponent in Gulas. There's so many good fights. There is not a bad fight on this card, I tell you.
So great to see Alfie Pierce still headlining against a dangerous Italian fighter in the form of Tristan Massobrio. Alfie Pierce, he brings fans wherever he goes. He's a Tottenham fan, which is a massive shame. But he was meant to be fighting Superlek Chippendon. And the fact that he's still on this card and he's still got a dangerous opponent is a testament to the hard work of WSS for this debut show.
And on the flip side for that, for Tristan, I mean, coming in fairly short notice against one of the most up-and-coming fighters, not just in the UK, but in Muay Thai in general, almost has nothing to lose. And they do say sometimes there is nothing more dangerous than a heavy underdog. And Tristan going to be looking to come in here and play upset to this home crowd for Alfie Pierce.
Absolutely, as we get underway for the final round of this contest. It's been very competitive, all-out action between Colette Wadha and Elena Cresci.
And it's like you said earlier, it's been that close. That one big exchange, one big combo, one big shot could swing this fight in either fighter's direction.
And in this round to open up, Wadha lands a nice right hand and gets a sweep on Cresci. This is a good way to start to pull ahead. She just needs to make sure she doesn't let Cresci into it, because that's been the tale of this fight so far. Cresci getting closer and closer and closer, and then starting to do some serious work in these rounds. Both fighters throw right hands. Elbow attempt from Wadha.
Both of them throughout this fight have been willing to come forward and eat a shot to land a shot, but Colette getting the better of that so far in this round as they reset back to the middle of the ring.
Yeah, this is a really strong start to the final round from Colette Wadha. Right hand lands again. Keeping Cresci pressed against the ropes. Another right hand, splits the guard. She can't miss with this 1-2 through the middle. Overhand right. Catches the ear of Cresci. Spearing elbow attempt from Cresci and a right and left knees.
And we said that we saw Colette start to grimace at the body shots in the last round, and finally we're seeing Elena go back to the well with those.
She's been really effective in the clinch, Cresci. Even when she's been moving backwards, she's been able to land knees. She shows fantastic balance. Attempt an elbow there, but blocked by Wadha. Wadha just taking those little steps to keep Cresci's back against the ropes. Can she look for that big right hand? She finds it again. This is a great round.
Nice little three-shot low kick combo there from Cresci, but Wadha really pouring on the pressure here late in this fifth round. With less than a minute to go, can we see one big moment that is going to make this fight go the way of either of these ladies? So far, this fifth round, I would say, is going the way of Colette.
I think Wadha's been brilliant in this round. She's put the pressure on. She's landed some really meaningful shots. And at the moment, Cresci seems as though she's just stretching a bit, trying to get that clinch. But Wadha's firing off her shots and then just moving backwards or cutting angles. It's really impressive stuff. Body shot attempted by Colette Wadha. Overhand right misses. Good check hook from Cresci.
Almost looks like she was sort of going for a little short step in elbow, but I don't think it landed more sort of on the glove or the forearm than the elbow.
As this fight comes to an end, really good final round by Colette Wadha. Great work from both fighters throughout. Tough fight to score, enjoyable fight to call. Bobby, I'm going to ask you, how did you score it?
It's very difficult. I mean, we said those first two rounds, I felt like Colette came out, took the first round. Cresci came back very strong in round 2, and up until that last round, it had very much been a pick-em between the two of them, each of them having their moments. But one thing I will say, even if this doesn't go the way of Cresci, to go from not knowing if you were going to compete again to then getting in there and going the distance in a very competitive fight with the UK #1 is going to do wonders for her confidence, win or lose. And you can see the emotion there spilling out from Cresci, and understandable.
Yeah. Brilliant scenes here at Woolwich Works in London as Cresci and Wadha embrace after a really, really entertaining 5 rounds of Muay Thai action. Let's pass over to our MC for the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for both of these warriors! After 5 rounds of competition, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored the same. Your winner, by unanimous decision, fighting out of the red corner, Elena Cresci!
Elena Cresci is your winner for the opening prelim of the evening. Look at the emotions pouring